G'day guys, welcome to my Spice video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Hyundai Aleague for Week 9's recap preview for 2021. Guys, let's get started. So the first match of that game, we see Adelaide United going up against the Central Coast Mariners. Now, in this match was an absolutely splintering game of football. I thought to myself, Adelaide United played really well in that game and absolutely top-notch performance by this club. Adelaide United are a really good team, and I just thought, in my point of view in this match, absolutely splintering game, and Tommy Chirich was the only player that basically scored 3 goals in that game. It was a penalty goal each time. Central Coast Mariners really got a penalty every single time. But Danny De Silva and Aloe, the only 2 players that basically scored for the Central Coast Mariners, and it was 3-2 in that game. Really top-notch performance by this club, and these 2 teams were absolutely fighting for each other. And this game was basically a penalty goal every single time. The Central Coast Mariners basically really got them into a penalty, and every single time this game was really top-notch performance by Adelaide United. I thought they were going to lose, but they didn't, and it was absolutely great performance by them, basically winning that game 3-2. And absolutely well done by them. And I just thought to myself, in this match, I really did think that these 2 teams were basically fighting for each other, and they were absolutely splintering games of football in this match. But I thought to myself, was Adelaide United basically going to win this game? But since the Central Coast Mariners basically took it to a lead, and then in the middle of the quarter, I think second half of that game, basically they were foolish of themselves, and they were just taken to a massive lead. But then they were letting Adelaide United win that game anyway. But yeah, it was 3-2 for that scoreline, and well done from the Adelaide United for making a really good win up against the Central Coast Mariners anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Western United going up against the Macarthur FC. Now, in this game, really did take it to a new level in that match, and I thought to myself, was this match going to be a really good game? And I thought Macarthur FC were going to win this match, but unfortunately they didn't. It was 4-1 the scoreline, and that was a massive bloody scoreline for that game. That really thought to Western United for basically winning that game of football. And I thought to myself, was the Western United going to win this game? But unfortunately, they were going to win that game, but I thought Macarthur FC were going to win that match. But it was really hard to think that if this game was going to be real hard, real splintering game of football. I thought to myself, in this match, really had to think about what they were going to do, and the Western United really thought hard and really took it to a new level in that game. But they played also in Mars Stadium in Ballarat. That was a new thing that basically they played in. But yeah, really good game by this team, and Western United are a really good club. But I just thought to myself, was this game took it to a new level? But unfortunately, Macarthur FC didn't win that game, but they only scored 1 goal in that game. But 4 goals from the Western United were really top-notch goals, and I thought absolutely splintering team by this club. And I thought to myself, was the Western United going to win this game of football? But unfortunately, they did. Well, they did, which that is a positive thing. But yeah, well done from the Western United for making a really good win against the Macarthur FC anyway, 4-1. The next game of that match, we see the Sydney FC going up against the Brisbane Roar. Now, in this game, pretty much didn't go as planned, but I thought to myself, in this game, the Sydney FC, I thought really hard. They thought really hard in that game, but they didn't make any scoreline happen in that match. But in this game I thought was the Sydney FC basically going to make a really good win. Unfortunately, they didn't, and they tried hard to make a goal, but they didn't really score any goals. And also the Brisbane Roar, so it was basically 0-0 the scoreline, and none of them basically won that match because none of them scored, none of them made a really good effort, but they were trying. So yeah, Brisbane Roar obviously made a really good effort also too, but unfortunately they were going to try very hard in that match, but it was how the way they basically want to make that an effort. But in this game, pretty much took it to a new level, and usually the Sydney FC struggle in that game and the performance they usually do because they were on top of their leaderboard, but they were just coming down to 5th on the leaderboard now. And I just thought to myself, in this game they were just shocking across the park and they didn't really make it a new effort into that performance. So, in my opinion, in this game, the Sydney FC were just alright in that match, but the Brisbane Roar didn't really make an effort to basically seal the deal and basically win a game for their home team and for their fans anyway. But yeah, 0-0 the scoreline, and none of them basically scored for each other's team anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Melbourne Victory going up against the Newcastle Jets. Now, in this game, pretty much really took it to a new level by the Newcastle Jets because they were really on top of their performance, and I thought to myself in this game, pretty much they were trying hard, making a really good effort, and usually they do. Every single time I see these players play, they were absolutely great, top-notch performance by them. And in my opinion though, they were excellent across the park. The only one player that basically scored was Angus Thurgate from the Newcastle Jets. I think it was number 32 by him. I'm not sure what number he is, but I know it's either 32 or something else. But yeah, really top-notch performance by him. He was the only person that basically scored 1-0 for that scoreline. And Melbourne Victory, just have to say by you guys, you're trying yourselves really hard, but you're not making an effort every single time. And I know you're second last on the ladder, but it doesn't mean that you're really executing very well. Like, just because you're second last on the ladder, it doesn't mean that you're making a really good effort. You're just slowly getting up, and that means that, like, you're trying hard, but you need to make an effort to basically bump yourself up from ladder to ladder anyway. But yeah, Melbourne Victory need to bump up their game and basically work really hard next round anyway. So I just have to say by this team, yeah, they basically really make a really good effort like they need to. But yeah, well done from the Newcastle Jets for making a really good win, 1-0 against the Melbourne Victory anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Wellington Phoenix going up against the Western Sydney Wanderers. Now, in this game, I was there at that game, so do check it out. I did a vlog there, and do check that vlog out because I really did really hard in that match, like in that stadium anyway. But I just think in this game was pretty boring, and not a lot of effort really made an absolute strategy of that game. And the Western Sydney Wanderers were trying really hard, but it was just, first half was really boring, and then the second half they were on top of their form and they were on fire in that game. And the Wellington Phoenix, usually they don't make a really good effort, but 2-2 the scoreline, and I don't know how the hell they were making it tying after tying after tying. And yeah, The only two players that basically scored was Mislav Maradovic and Lewis Fenton. And the other one for Western Sydney Wanderers was Kwame Yabawa and Chris Kamal was the only two players that basically scored from the Western Sydney Wanderers anyway. So, in my opinion in this game, I was there basically vlogging that match, so do check it out in my YouTube channel anyway. I just thought in this game was absolutely top-notch performance by the Wellington Phoenix that really hold off the Western Sydney Wanderers in that match. And in my opinion though, they were executing very well and they were holding the Western Sydney Wanderers out of their lead for them to not win that game. And yeah, really top-notch performance by them to make it basically 2-2 the scoreline against the Western Sydney Wanderers anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Melbourne City going up against the Sydney FC. Now, in this game, what I can say about this match was absolutely top-notch performance, and this one was a Melbourne derby anyway, so usually in this game, I thought to myself, in this match was absolutely top-notch performance by them, and the Melbourne City really thought really hard in that match, but 2 goals went to Jamie McLaren and 1 goal went to Adrian Luna for Melbourne City, and Sydney FC was Milos Nigovic and Patrick Wood. So really executing for the Melbourne City that really stand to really hard, and I thought they were basically coming really close in that game, but the Melbourne City really did really well in that first half and basically took it to a lead, and then the Sydney FC in the second half really played their heart out really well, and they were just trying hard and working themselves to basically try and win that game, but unfortunately they didn't, only just lost 3-2 for that scoreline. And I thought to myself, in this game really didn't make an effort by the Sydney FC, and it's just Sydney FC don't really make an effort sometimes, but they were trying really hard in that game, and I thought, why not making a really good effort if you're basically into that formation of that squad? So yeah, well done from the Melbourne City for making a really good win against the Sydney FC 3-2 anyway. And last but certainly not least, we see the Melbourne Victory going up against the Wellington Phoenix. Now, in this game, pretty much, they were trying really hard, basically proving themselves they want to make a really good performance by them, and they obviously did. The Melbourne Victory only just won in this game, and I thought, since these two were second last and last on the ladder, since Wellington Phoenix are last on the ladder and Melbourne Victory are second last on the ladder, they were basically trying themselves really hard, and I thought in this game they were pretty much a top-notch performance, and they were executing very well, but it's how the way that you want to play football, right? But Rudy Gastade was only the player that basically scored 2 goals in that game to make it 2-0 for that scoreline. And the Wellington Phoenix were trying really hard in that game, but unfortunately they didn't, and they didn't make a win, unfortunately. But yeah, it was how the way you want to play football right in that match, but it was just didn't really play right in that game, and I thought in this game they were not executing very well by the Wellington Phoenix, and sometimes Wellington Phoenix don't make an effort, but then the other half, in my opinion, they really do make an effort. But yeah, usually the Wellington Phoenix are a really good team. They've got really good quality players out there, and I thought to myself in this game, they were trying themselves really hard, and yeah, they didn't make a win, unfortunately, which that means Melbourne victory basically only 1-2-0. Rudy Gastade was the only player that basically scored for 2 goals anyway. So yeah, well done from the Melbourne victory for basically winning against the Wellington Phoenix anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. I'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care guys, stay safe, and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 200 subscribers. We're sitting on 196 anyway, so let's get up to that. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.